Hi everyone, welcome back to Christmas in July collaboration with Gracie21. We post every Monday, and I think we have one more Monday to post, and then July will be over. So go ahead and check out all the other ladies that are participating in this collaboration. I've put their information in the description box. So today we're going to be making some fun, simple little cards. And I picked out these two colors, you know, traditional red and green, but this kind of looks burgundy or deep red, and then this is green. And then I'm going to be using this sheet of paper that I just pulled out. I was going to use something else, but I just decided to use this because it's kind of busy, and I want to be busy because I think for Christmas you can kind of get away with being busy and over the top. And then I'm just going to stamp this little stamp out a few times on some white cardstock and color it up. And I'm thinking maybe I'll try embossing again. I am not that great at embossing, so I need to keep trying at it or give it up completely. But I think if I use like a silver, maybe a silver, do I even have silver? I think I do have silver embossing. It may come out, it may work out for us. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so I decided against the embossing only because I don't feel like going through all that and getting heartbroken at the end because I didn't do a good job. So what I will do is I'm going to color all of these up. And again, this is, I guess, my palette, which is lots of fun colors on like a plain traditional background. So I'm going to color this up. I'm going to take out some of my gel pens. And I am going to just color the stem. Not the stem. What is this called? The little piece that goes on the bulbs. And these probably are glass, which are not good. In my instance, if you have cats, you know what I'm talking about. So all our bulbs now and our children are adults. I guess in any instance, it's not really good. But we have glass now. And if you support Walmart, I know some people don't shop at Walmart because they don't believe in their ethics anymore. You know, right after Christmas you can get a lot of them for really inexpensive. Even if you go to Dollar Tree, you can't beat the prices at Wally World when it comes to after a holiday, after an occasion. You wait like a week or so, because you know, like the day after Christmas is probably like what, 25% off, and then it's 30, 40, 50 in like a week, because they're trying to get that inventory out to go on and put up other things like Valentine's Day stuff. They have stuff on like 75, 80, 90% off. You can get great deals. Even if you're looking for 50% off. I know a couple of years ago, when was it, 2015? We celebrated Christmas in January. All of my aunts and uncle, I have one aunt and two uncles, they came to visit. So we had Christmas after Christmas. So that would have been great if I didn't already have a Christmas tree. And I didn't put it up that year. My Christmas tree is fairly old, and it's been abused so much by Nicholas that I don't even bother putting it up. I told you all before, but this year I will be putting up the tree for my son. Last year I didn't do a tree, and then the year before that he didn't know what Christmas was. He still doesn't really understand what Christmas is, but he knows Santa Claus kinda, but not really. You know, TV shows talk about Santa. Paw Patrol has an episode where the pups save Christmas. Even the PJ Masks have saved Christmas from Luna Girl. And I'm starting to wonder about these kid shows. Like, I'm not sure if you have children that watch Disney Junior, but that's what our channel seems to be stuck on. But they have a show called Vampirina. It's about a little vampire girl who lives in Pennsylvania, and she has quote-unquote human friends, right? This is my issue with that show. They always lie. Like, they're always making up stories so that she's not found out. I'm not sure if that's really good to be telling impressionable little kids, because, you know, I think most kids go through that lying phase where they lie a lot about stuff. Anyway, I'm going to finish coloring this up, and then I think I'm just going to fussy cut these out and pop them up, and we'll get back together to do the assembly. Alright, so this is how it looks colored up, and for the most part I try to keep it, because I'm going to be doing two on there. This is probably my most favorite one, even though I said I missed a spot right there, but that's okay. It is my most favorite one of all of these that I've colored. This one kind of looks like Freddy Krueger. It's red and green. I want to do a traditional one. And then this one I kind of went a little bit crazy, and I used these markers right here. I've had these markers for a long time, and they're still not dried out or anything. And I think it's because of how they have this closing piece in there. If you see how it kind of lifts this little felt piece up. But yeah, the green and yellow, I was going to do yellow and blue, but I didn't want to make green, so the yellow and blue, yellow and green. And then down here, I like these two because when I was coloring this one, I was thinking of Charlie Brown, because these look like Charlie Brown, and then the stripes kind of look like Freddy. So I'm going to go ahead and cut it out, and then we'll go back to assembly. Alright, so I have decided that I'm going to be altering these up some. I'm going to cut off all of this metal piece, and I'm also going to cut off some of the swirl. Not on all of them, but on this one I am going to do that with. I'm going to cut the swirl off on this one. Maybe not. Maybe I'll do one swirl and one swirl on and one swirl off. But I decided that it's going to be a lot more time consuming for me to detail fussy cut these off. So I'm just going to do one card with you all. We'll go ahead and cut the rest of these off. Then we'll do one card, and then I'll do the rest off camera. I have been on the hunt to find a laptop. I saw one at Best Buy for $199. I was like, that's a really good deal for what I want to do. Like, I just need to be able to surf the internet and watch YouTube videos. Nothing else. It's, in my opinion, it's interesting how we purchase things. Like, my desktop is old. My desktop computer is old. It's a touchscreen, so it's not that old, but it's old. It's over 6 years old. I think I got it. Did I get it in 2012 or 11? One of those. And I went to replace my desktop. And you know, old school desktop has a monitor and a CPU, right? Not just everything in one. I think my computer that I replaced actually had a floppy disk in there. Ooh. So, I replaced it, and I only got that for gaming, which turned out to be for work and everything else. And now I do all kinds of stuff on there. I make programs when I was at work, you know, for our fundraisers. I would make flyers and things like that. So I really don't need an expensive laptop because it would just be in the studio with me. I have a laptop, but it is old as well. I got that in 2009, I think 2009 or 6, and it still works. Well, it still worked until I moved back here. And now, because I have, what is it, XP? I think I have XP on there. Or even Vista, one of the two. And you know, Microsoft stopped supporting Vista and XP. Whichever one they recently stopped supporting. So my computer will not pick up, Chrome will not pick up. And I have, it's a, what is it? A Toshiba XP? I don't know. It's not a compact, and it's not a Dell. So whatever computers are still out there on the market, besides those two. It will not allow me to pick up internet properly to like upgrade or anything like that, so I really can't use it. So I use that for like video games that are already on the computer. And then I have a desktop from my mom. I still have mostly all of her stuff, but I am in negotiations with my aunt about what we're going to do with some of her things. Like when she first passed away, my aunt kind of took some of the stuff that she really wanted, and before my mom moved to Connecticut with me, she gave my aunt some things that she did not want. So I have all the other junk. She had a storage unit when she left Texas. She had a storage unit, so I have all that junk. All kinds of weird junk. She has my prom dress, and if I could fit that thing again, I would be super happy. But I can't, not right now at least. I don't think I want to be that small again, actually. Because, you know, when you're large, obese, fat, whatever people want to categorize it, when you're not the average size, you think it's hard to find clothes. But now they're making much better plus size clothing, in my opinion. You know, they go up to larger numbers, and because why not? You know, Americans unfortunately we have all that fast food at our hands, and we work too much. You know, we're constantly at work. We spend more time at work than we do at home, unless you work from home and then you're still working, because you have to work. You can't just sit around in your pajamas and not work. Even if you're in your pajamas, you still need to work, right? So, you know, we are larger. We have changed the way our food tastes. We put so many preservatives in there, and we have genetically enhanced and all this other junk. So I'm not surprised that Americans are leading the obesity train. But because people are realizing that we come in different sizes and shapes, they're making more clothes. But when you're thin, like I was thin, I just had hips and I had no bottom and no top, if you understand what I'm saying. And so it was always hard to find clothes that fit. Like I would have to get a larger size clothes because of my hips, but then it would fall off my waist. Or I would get a small top, but I have broad shoulders. So it's just all jacked up. My clothes were always, you know, like if I wore a size 4, I had to get a size 6. If I wore a size 6, I had to get a size 8. So I always had like clothing issues, even when I was what American considered average, the average size. And it's interesting how they always say that the average size is, I guess, a 10 to 12. When they always talk about, you know, Marilyn Monroe, how thick she was back in the day. But we didn't call women in Marilyn Monroe's era thick. We called them voluptuous, right? So we went from being skinny, voluptuous, to fat and obese. How did that happen? Huh? Who's driving that label train? That's what I want to know. So this is how it's going to look. I'm going to go ahead and get some foam tape. Don't mind me. I have been up super early and my brain is on overload of thinking about crazy stuff, I suppose. And that is just what was on my mind. So yeah, I've been going through a lot of my clothing, and some of the stuff I'm like, why would you even, like, what would possess you to buy it? And I need to get rid of it. So we will be having a garage sale soon, thankfully. Well, I don't know how soon, because I think it's going to just be me by myself. My aunt said she would come and help, which is awesome, if she would. So she's off on Sundays and Mondays. And most people don't go to garage sales on Sundays and Mondays, right? So I don't know how successful that would be, but we got to try it. Because I do want to get rid of a lot of stuff that I own. I probably should have stamped out more of these, but coloring these suckers up is troublesome. So that's how the card's going to look. And I'm going to go ahead and do the rest off camera. And I didn't have a rhyme or reason for picking. I wanted the card to be traditional color versus one of the off-the-wall colors that I created this. And I think I'll do this in yellow and green, only because this is, in my opinion, when you look at it, the red pokes out more than the green does. So go ahead and go to the description box and check out the rest of the ladies, and I will see you next Monday for our last, I think it's our last installment of Christmas in July collaboration with Gracie21. I've had so much fun doing this. It's so exciting to see all the ideas that I can scrap lift and make my own. So until Monday, happy crafting.